Cue Dave and Ryan in 3, 2, 1.
It's Dave and Ryan's movie review.
Sponsored by the Plan Z Diet.
All right, so let's talk for a moment about the movie we went and saw. The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. It's rated PG-13, 2 hours, 14 minutes. About the only voice in it, Miranda Otto is in it. You might know Miranda Otto. But about the other voice that you might recognize is Brian Cox. And
honestly, that's the only one I recognized.
That was the only one you recognized?
Billy Boyd was in it.
Yeah.
Shank.
Yep, but...
so was Dominic...
Monaghan? Was he in there too, hiding somewhere?
He played Wart.
Oh, all right.
Christopher Lee's voice was in there.
Christopher Lee. I wouldn't trust that guy. We'll talk all about it.
There's a few other ones, but
There's a few.
The main ones you'll recognize is Brian Cox. I recognized his voice right away. I was like, ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
That's right. He's the McDonald's guy.
I was loving it.
That's the only place people are going to recognize him from, right?
Yeah.
McDonald's ads.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. All of his other movies.
They're not going to recognize him from Succession or any of that kind of garbage. So really, this is a prequel. It takes place almost 200 years before.
Was it 200? I thought it was more.
She said, I think they said right at the beginning with the narration, it was almost 200 or 2 centuries before.
It was when Mordor was collecting rings to make the ring.
Right, so it was before the original Lord of the Rings movie.
Yep.
And it really deals with places that if you've seen the Lord of the Rings movies. We hear Gondor, and we heard Eredos and places like that. But it's kind of just more of the same, kind of expands. The one main thing that I took away from this is you realize you come to know why it's called Helm's Deep.
Yeah, well, that's not the original name. They renamed it. I don't remember what the original name was, but they renamed it after the king, after what he did, because basically he froze to death.
They just called it
defending the door.
Right. They just called it the Keep, didn't they?
Yeah, or
in the movie.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, they just called it the Keep. But so Brian Cox plays the king. His daughter is a little bit rambunctious and wants to do things on her own and everything. She's got a couple of brothers. And, of course, they go into battle, and we know what happens to princes in battle. Just leave it at that. But Brian Cox is just this mythical figure, really, to everyone. And he is injured in battle. And so the only way they're going to do it is you have the main antagonist in this is what? The Wolf? Wolf is his name? And he was kind of just a castaway. And he decided he was going to come in and take over.
I wouldn't necessarily say cast away.
Well, no, he was cast out, kind of.
He was what do you call it when you basically you're kicked out? You can never go back there.
Banished?
Yeah, he was banished.
So he decides that's not good enough for him. He's going to come back and take over, and at any cost, does not matter. And you come to learn that the more this movie progresses. But it still deals with some of the same things. Yeah, they are collecting rings for Mordor.
That's only like a small little smidget.
But it's what's going on.
Yeah.
You come to realize what's going on there. But I will say this. I didn't know that I was going to like it since it was animated. I really enjoyed the animation. It is beautiful.
Oh, yeah. It looked amazing. The beginning of the movie reminded me of a Studio Ghibli film.
Well, I'll say this. The very beginning of the movie when it's showing the mountain passes and the landscapes and stuff like that, I kept looking at it going, this is an animation.
Yeah, at the very beginning, it looked like it was just like New Zealand.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And but the movie has a lot of great action in it. Lots of work was put into it, you can tell. I'm going to I enjoyed this movie more than I thought I was going to. I'll be totally honest with you. I didn't know if I was going to get into it because it was animated.
Like I'm a big anime fan, but when it comes to Lord of the Rings, I think most of them are overrated. I'm not a big, huge, giant Lord of the Rings fan, but I am a fan, and I enjoyed it. I really did.
Well, and like I told you before we sat down to record this, it did exactly what it wants to do, because I'm going to sit down now and watch them all.
Yeah, it's gonna make you want to go back and watch them all.
It absolutely will, and so I think from that aspect, it's really served its purpose. But beautiful film, lots of great action in it, and it's just another part, really, of the Lord of the Rings story.
Yeah.
The battles are going to be, they're going to be in places that if you've seen the Lord of the Rings movies, you'll know all of them, and kind of tie everything in, and they even brought whatever that octopus thing was.
Yeah, which was I thought was very interesting.
Yes,
yeah,
they brought that back, and that was in the Two Towers, I believe, or was that in the first one? Was that in the Lord of the Rings? Fellowship.
One, yeah,
it was in Fellowship.
Right before they go into Moria.
Yeah, but like I said, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna actually give this one probably, I'll give it 4 out of 5 popcorn buckets. I really liked it. Both of my daughters are into anime. I was like, yeah, you guys need to go see it. I think you'll really enjoy it. So, but for me, yeah, I will watch this one again. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I will most definitely watch it again. I am gonna give this one 4 out of 5 buckets.
See,
it's very good.
If you
like anime, you'll love this one. If you're a big Lord of the Rings fan, you might not necessarily like the anime style, but you'll love the story.
You will definitely love the story. Like I said, it just gives you more of a backstory too, a little bit more to it, and it will definitely
give you more history of Rohan, because that's it takes place.
Yep, and it'll definitely make you want to watch all of them. Yep. Funny takeaway from this one. There was a point in the movie where they're trying to decide, what to do, how to go forward, who's going to come and help, who's going to do this. And at that point, I'm going to out you. Ryan got up to use the restroom, and the lady looks at and he looks at me and he goes, "Rohan will answer the call." He walks out of the theater, and like 2 seconds after that, the lady in it said, "If you did it, Rohan would answer the call." And I just started laughing in the theater. And
Rohan will answer.
That's right. It will. And so, yeah, I would definitely go check this one out. I really enjoyed it. I did. And as I said, I enjoyed it more than I thought I would.
Yep. It was a very good one.
All right. So that's going to do it. Come on back. We'll be back with more Dave and Ryan's movie review, brought to you by the Plan Z Diet.